Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your favorite podcast. It's called Stop the Internet Podcast.
After dark.
After dark. Let's play a different theme song.
What's your favorite GIF and why is it Jim Carrey doing this?
Wait, Jim Carrey? What movie?
Come on, girl.
What movie?
I don't know, but I just know the GIF where he's like, it's like a...
Typewriter?
No, the way he's like typing, it's just so funny.
Oh, is it from Bruce Almighty? I think it is. And he's God.
Yes.
And he's like answering all the prayers. Yes. Yes.
That's literally how I feel at my job.
Wow. Quit. We need to start using the gavel more.
Okay.
We need to go back to our roots.
Okay.
Do you want to use it today?
Wait, you're letting me? You guys, she's letting me use the gavel.
You just can't bang it around all willy-nilly. You can only do it when you're reading an opinion.
I'm Rebecca, by the way.
Oh, I'm Kelee. Did I say that?
I don't think we did. I interrupted you with After Dark. I just think it's important to know that Kelee just taught me how to do something. Talk to text.
Yeah. Can you believe it? 2025. She learned how to talk to text today.
Like, I knew it, but I didn't know it, you know? And now, no one is safe.
She's already sent multiple messages that are strange, ending in periods.
I love saying the whole sentence, period.
Period.
It's funny. It knows that. It knows when you're saying a word, and it knows when you're saying punctuate my text.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Sometimes it gets it wrong every once in a while.
Well, that's robots for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Should we just get into this?
Yeah.
For the first time ever.
We've had short intros. I also have nothing to say. Like, I just have nothing to say.
That is not
Actually,
true.
I have a lot to say, and we just talked about it for 2 hours before recording this. So wouldn't you like to know what we talked about? You. And I know you are watching this right now.
Wait, actually, speaking of that, we just went on a whole... Wait, am I allowed to say this? You can cut me off. So we just went on this whole tangent about something, just people being so dramatic. And then when you were like, you're watching this, I know you are, I just remembered how on the podcast, there was this time in my life where every time I posted an Instagram story, this fake account would watch it. They didn't have a profile picture. They were private, 0 posts, and like followed a bunch of people. I forget. And I was like, who is this? Every time I posted a story, they would be like the third person to view it. Like they would view it immediately. And I was like, I feel like this person has to have notifications on or something, because how are you always seeing my story like 2 minutes after I posted it? It was only for like a short period of time, because a long time had gone by where like I didn't really check who was watching my Instagram story, but like I would always see this one, because when I would just post it, and I don't have that many followers, so if I posted it like 5 minutes ago, only a few people have seen it. Mm-hmm. This account was always in there. And I was like, this is very, very odd. And then I came on the podcast and I was like, I know you're watching my story. I don't know who you are. I just know that you're watching my story. Mm-hmm. And I see your fake account and I see the handle in my viewers within 2 minutes of posting. Next story I posted, they weren't there. I said,
Like, people are not slick. That's all I'll say. You ain't slick.
And also, if you are watching someone's story on your full formal account with your first and last name and a photo of your face, and you just have no shame at all, honestly, I commend you for that, because you are so real for that. Honestly, I had to block you, so I don't think you're watching this right now, but I commend you for it.
No, y'all are freaks. Like,
No,
for real.
honestly, at least change the handle for 5 minutes.
It's just like the obviousness of it. Let's all blame Meta. That's who we should blame for making it so obvious to figure out these very intricate nuances of Instagram politics.
Is that a sentence that has ever been said before?
I'm just saying, like, we're all freaks, okay?
Honestly, yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
Some of you more than others.
I got caught watching an Instagram story of an ex's new boo. Yeah.
Yeah, we've all been there for sure. For sure.
Also, who even cares? Like, she definitely probably knew I was watching it, even if it was a fake account.
Right.
Well,
anyway,
you live and you learn.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I will say, though,
stay learning.
Just stop watching Instagram stories. Every time an Instagram story pops up in your feed, hit mute.
Wow. Every time. Like, don't mute me.
Unless it's like your close friend.
Do not mute
Or like
me.
an athlete or something that posts cool pictures. And you're like,
Is there any close friend of yours that you have muted?
I unmuted them, but they were for a while. It was like this one time, and I know this person doesn't listen to this podcast, so that's fine.
Good.
They were just annoying me, and I was like, I can't be reminded of you.
Wow.
Yeah.
But they're a close friend.
Kinda.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay, let's talk about something else. Today we are diving deep into our topic immediately because the past 97 times we've recorded, we've accidentally forgotten to get to our topic because we had like 5 minutes at the end to do our topic.
Yeah.
We're like, it's been an hour. Let's introduce the topip.
We have a lot to say.
Yeah, and that's what this is. This is just relaxing, and it's a time to just be together.
Yep. Does anyone remember Yik Yak?
Yes.
Because I read this article today about how Yale recently had a very similar Yik Yak experience where there was a ranking of like 750 kids based on popularity that was going around, and it was like the talk of the town on the Yale campus. And some of the comments were like, this reminds me of Yik Yak. And I'm like, yeah. Good times.
Yik Yak. It was kind of problematic, right? Because people would post like personal things about people and they couldn't trace it or something.
Yeah, it was like
It was like Twitter, but it was anonymous, and it was only for the geographical area.
No, but it was like, remember, was it spring form? Spring something in high school?
Form, yeah.
Bro, spring form.
Oh my God, wait, this was so embarrassing. There was this guy freshman year of high school that I talked to all the time, and it was funny because we actually became friends because he had a crush on my best friend, and he wanted me to set him up with her. But then as he and I were talking, we're like, oh, we're actually like very similar, so then we became friends. Turned out we started talking like every day. Like we were such good friends and like very similar senses of humor. I just remember we were texting like every day, constantly. And then someone asked him on his spring form anonymously, who do you talk to the most? And he wrote probably Kelee. And then everyone was like, that was you. You 100% asked him. I swear on my life, that was not me. Like hand on the Bible in a court of law. I did not do that. And you can trace it back to the IP, baby. That was not me. No one believed me. I was like, just because I'm getting a shout out from a cute guy?
Right.
All of a sudden, I'm the culprit. Please.
That is spring form in a nutshell right there.
I know.
Crazy things were happening.
I know.
Oh my, wait, that's actually the original AMA.
What's AMA?
Ask Me Anything on Instagram.
What's that?
Girly. Like when people are like, AMA.
Oh, like the question box in your Instagram story?
Yes.
Oh.
But spring form is kind of like the OG version of that.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy to think about?
But also you could just bully people.
I know.
Oh my God, another one. I was not cute freshman year of high school. Like I really wasn't. But then summer going into sophomore year was like the summer I turned pretty. Not that pretty, but just a little bit better. And someone commented on my spring form. This is where my memory gets embarrassing because it's gonna seem like this still matters to me because I remember it in great detail. Someone commented on my spring form and they were like it was okay, now I'm like I don't remember.
Yeah.
This country song, Make Me Wanna Take a Back Road, or no, that didn't come out then. It was oh my God, some country song called like Girl in a Country Song, or like Make Me Want to Roll My Windows Down and like drive around with a cute girl, or like some stupid country song that is just like the epitome of a country song trope. Someone commented on it's about like a girl that's like, cute girl in my passenger seat. Someone commented on my spring form and was like, blah, 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 song was written about you. And I was like, heart, like something dumb. My friend ripped me apart. She's like, you 100% wrote that to yourself. I was like, shut up. So sorry I can't get one compliment.
Oh my God. No, that's crazy.
So funny. Like, she did not believe me. Once again, hand on the Bible in a court of law. I did not write that. Trace it back.
Call her to the stands.
Trace back.
Call her to the stand.
Okay, sorry.
No, that's so funny. Anyway, wow, that takes me down some. I don't think I had a spring form, actually. I was too scared.
No one should, honestly.
No. Should we bring it back?
No. Now it's just like snark Reddits.
Oh, God, yeah. Same thing.
Yeah.
Literally same thing.
I don't think, luckily, I didn't really get bullied on it. Like, I'm sure, I actually don't remember getting bullied on it at all. But it is like the place to be bullied. Like, you just get away with anything. Mm-hmm. No ID. Mm-hmm. Even if you're saying nice things, they don't believe it's, or wait, they can't trace it back to you.
Right.
I don't know. Just,
unless you have an IT whiz in the back pocket of yours.
I hacked into the motherboard, the mainframe. This is the hardest security I've ever seen. I'm in. Okay.
What is that from?
Everything. Every kid's show.
True.
Is like, I'm hacking into the CIA. This could be really hard. Just have to load the motherboard. I'm in. Every show.
And Oscar goes to...
Have you ever seen Catch That Kid?
I don't know. Who's in it?
Kristen Stewart, but she's really young.
No, then I haven't.
Okay. Oh my God, so good. So good. But these 3 children rob a bank.
Right.
Literally rob a whole bank.
You know, that reminds me of Prison Break.
Oh my God.
I feel like,
series.
has anyone ever like tried it? Using his methods? I just feel like they were kind of foolproof, no?
I don't know.
But you know what? I take that back. I haven't watched it in a long time, but I do think a lot of it was luck and like timing.
Oh yeah.
Like right when like the prison guard's about to come back, he just like slides back into the cell.
Yeah. Like
You know?
gets back into the bed.
Right.
Yeah. Sleeping the whole time.
Yeah. Never mind.
And he just happens to be a genius who remembers everything and like
Right.
Yeah.
Never mind. I take it back.
I mean, it's possible though.
Greatest show ever.
Oh my God, it's the first season is amazing. Can watch it again right now.
I did like the South America season. Was that season 3?
I think it was 3, yeah.
It was kind of
Back
weird.
to the prison.
Anyway.
Okay, we're getting into our topic. Today we are talking about deal breakers. We are going to read situations and we are going to debate if these would be a deal breaker in the person that you're dating, or if you mentally want to do it at home, you can insert friendship.
Yes.
I think they're funnier about dating,
Yeah.
but these could also apply to friendships, I guess.
Anything, yeah.
I guess the standard for friendship is a tiny bit looser because you can have multiple friends, whereas most people only have one partner.
Sure.
I also want to say that not all of these things that I'm going to read are real stories. Some of them I literally just made up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I think they would be interesting to debate.
Okay.
Like, regardless of if someone else, like, wrote it or if I came up with it or whatever.
Okay.
This one just made me mad. This one just PMO.
Okay.
If you will. I don't text at all. I hate it. My family and friends know to call me if they want to make plans or need something urgently from me. I'm not going to unpack my psyche here, but essentially it's a hard boundary for me. I also don't have social media. I know I sound like a downer, LOL, but I'm awesome in person and I put such intention and effort into interactions with people that when I'm alone, I need to recharge from being present with people all day. Would any of you date a person like this who makes you feel good and seen when you talk to them in person, but radio silence when you're not with them?
No, I don't think I could. I don't think I could.
No. Why would I not? Why would I want to never speak? I mean, I guess he's like, you can call me, but you just, unless you're in person with someone, you never want to speak to them and you don't have communication with them and they can only call you if they need to make plans or need something urgently. Mm-hmm. Like you just don't want to talk or like give a little update.
Yeah.
And it's not even that you're not a big texter. It almost seems like a deal breaker for this person. Like if you wish to text me, I don't want to date you. That's insane.
That is so insane. He also might just not really like you.
Well, it seems like this person is the person who doesn't text.
Okay.
The person who wrote this is like, I don't text. Would you still date me?
Oh, I see.
And I think my answer would be no. Like I can't.
No, yeah.
I would not want to be with someone who doesn't text me back.
Yeah. Okay, I'm trying to think like.
I mean, I guess if they were the most perfect person on earth, like I would just have to call them. Like, would they answer my phone calls?
Yeah, I was trying to view it from that standpoint of like, okay, they enjoy a phone call, but sometimes there's just not time.
Right.
Like sometimes it's like, especially if you're in a relationship with someone, I just want to be like, can we just like be texting?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to hear from you. Well, okay. But it's like a phone call is so much sometimes.
No, I agree.
Like, decline.
That's all really odd.
Yeah, to never text. It's like born in the wrong decade.
Yeah, honestly. I would say no. It's a deal breaker.
Yeah, honestly, I would too.
I'm excited about the next one because you are... Okay, anyway, I'll just say it. Smoking cigarettes. Is it a deal breaker?
No.
I think yes.
Really?
Yeah. I hate the smell of
Okay,
cigarettes.
actually, I would say like it depends how often.
Okay.
Like I don't want to, I don't think I could date someone seriously who is like, yeah. I'm
Like
just going to be
all the
worried
time.
about you dying all the time.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You know?
I just hate the smell of them on people.
Really?
Yes. I just do not like the scent at all.
I actually hate cigars a lot more than cigarettes.
Wow, that's really interesting because cigars sometimes smell sweet.
I hate it. I can smell it right now. I hate it.
Oh, interesting.
Cigarettes, yeah, they're a little, I don't know if bitter is the right word, but like they're just more like smoky. I guess like cigars like have a flavor. Mm-hmm. And cigarettes, it's just like nicotine. I can handle that.
Oh, I hate the smell of it. Ew, ew, ew. I do not.
Yeah.
I think that would be a deal breaker.
There are worse things.
Oh, 100%.
I would rather a smoker than a weed smoker.
Okay.
For sure.
Wow.
For sure.
I can't relate. Not my thing. Not my personal thing.
I just said weed smoker. I feel like people don't say that.
I feel like they do.
Okay.
Your partner says they don't really like your best friend and would rather not hang out as a group anymore.
Okay, this is tricky. I actually just read an article kind of related to this, and it was like an advice column. It was mostly about money and like group chats. But then the person writing the advice column, who writes this column all the time, wrote the craziest line that she was called out for in the comments, rightfully so, because she was like, yeah, if I didn't like my friend's partner, I just wouldn't be friends with her anymore. Like,
what?
And all the comments were like, if I cut off all my friends who had partners I hated, I would have no friends.
Oh God, that sucks
and
too.
I'm like, okay, that's a different problem. But like the sentiment was kind of valid. You can't just be cutting off your friends because you hate their partner. What? That was crazy advice to give.
That is a crazy thing to say.
And the whole advice went on to be like, essentially, yeah, like they're going to choose their partner every time. They're with that person for life. Like you can't be friends with her anymore. And it's like, wait, what? No, you can be an adult and learn to separate things. I just was like, that's the wrong advice to give, in my opinion.
And what is a friendship worth to you if it's that easy to just like snap your fingers and never speak to them again?
Right.
What?
Crazy. So yes, in terms of this, it's like if it's a best friend, no, I don't think that's a deal breaker.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well,
like, is it saying, okay, if I was in a serious relationship with someone and I hated his best friend, that's a deal breaker? Like, I should break up with him?
Wait, so that's actually really interesting. At first, I saw it from a different perspective. Like, basically, my boyfriend hates my best friend and never wants to hang out in a group with her anymore. Would I break up with my boyfriend because of that? But I didn't even think about it because like I feel like from a personal perspective, when you think about your best friend and like a potential person you're dating, it would be easier to be like, oh, if you don't like my best friend, it's a package deal. Like you're not worth it to me. But then it's kind of a double standard because if you think about it and you're dating someone but you don't like one of their friends, one of their close friends, and you say to them like, hey, I don't want to be around your friend in a group setting, so I just don't want to ever hang out as a group anymore. Would they have the right to like break up with you and no one could like criticize them for it?
Okay, yeah.
Because I feel like that is kind of a double standard. Like I would, if my friend told me like, I love my boyfriend, he's a great guy, but he has this friend and I really don't like him, and I put up a boundary and I was like, I don't want to hang out in a group anymore, I don't want to be around that guy, you'd be like, good for you.
Right.
But then if your partner said to you, hey, I hate your best friend, never hanging out with them again, you'd be like, well, who the are you?
Right.
But I guess because we think so highly of our friends, we're like, how could you not like her or him?
I know. And then it's like, who are you to give me an ultimatum that we can't hang out in a group anymore? It's like, well, that's my friend I've known for 15 years. I've known you for 6 months.
Yeah.
Buddy.
I guess what's the reason too? Because if
yeah.
my best friend like totally did something like crazy out of character and then my boyfriend was like, I'm done, I'm not being around a person like that, I might be like, okay, I can forgive this person because I can see that this is out of character for them and everybody makes mistakes or something, like they did something rude, but I can forgive them. But then your partner they don't have 15 years of friendship with them where they like saw all their good things. Like this is the only thing they know about them.
Yeah.
But then is it weird if your partner is so close-minded that they can't give them a second chance?
Right. Like why are they being so close-minded?
Yeah.
Who's more in the right, I guess, is important to know.
Yeah, I guess like we really need to know the reason why. But at the same time, there are a lot of people that hang out with their boyfriend and they don't really hang out with, I mean, obviously there's that trope that like there's certain couples that can't go anywhere without each other, but then there are people that hang out with their friends separately and they don't hang out in groups as much. Like I will say me and my boyfriend, just because of like the nature of where our friends live, most of my friends live in Philly, and so we hang out with my friends a lot, and he has friends in Philly, but his best friend lives in New York, so like we just don't even really see him that much. So like if I was like, I don't like your friend that lives in New York, it honestly isn't even really a problem because I don't see him that much anyway.
Yeah, and it's like, how hard is it to just coexist with people you don't like sometimes? It happens in friend groups all the time.
Yes.
Like friends of friends who you maybe don't like, and it's like, well, you just deal with it. You're gonna be around them because you love the other people in the friend group.
Right.
So it's like, just learn to coexist. It's really not that hard.
Yeah.
Unless they're like really out there with, political beliefs were like
Yeah.
like a bad person. But then no, because they just wouldn't be around in general, I feel
Right,
like.
like you probably wouldn't be friends with them either.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know, just learn to coexist. Like, I don't get it. How often, also, when you're at the point where you're like in a super serious relationship or married, how often are you even hanging out in groups, in huge like friend groups anyway?
I mean, it doesn't even necessarily have to be huge. It's almost
Yeah.
like any group would be. I kind of want to take this prompt as like, no one did anything wrong. Like, it's just me and you. But like, we do our best to be nice to people and be good people. But there are people on this earth that just don't like us. So what if it's just someone that just happens to not like me, but I never burned them? They just don't really like my personality that much.
Yeah. Okay.
And then if my boyfriend just didn't like my close friend's personality and they were like, I never want to hang out with your close friend in a group setting ever again because I just don't really like them that much. Like, would I? Yeah, because in a way you could be like, okay, well, I can have multiple relationships at the same time. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, it's like, you really just hate my best friend for no reason. And it's not only that you don't like them, you refuse to ever see them in the same room. Like,
Right.
I don't know. That seems really odd.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like ultimatums like, it's me or her.
Yeah.
It's like, that says more about him than it does about anything else.
Yeah.
So maybe that is a deal breaker.
Yeah, I think that if it's just based on, like, I just don't like the person because my personality doesn't vibe with them, I think it does say more about the person that's saying that because, yeah, there's been people in friend groups that are like a friend of a friend that they're not my personal cup of tea because our personalities are not the same.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I never want to hang out with them again. Like, but see, it's weird because at the same time, I'm like, I wouldn't choose to hang out with them. And if like a fairy was like, hang out with your friends alone or hang out with your friends along with the friend of friend that annoys you, of course I would choose like
I know.
this hand. Does that make me like a bad person? But I'm
No.
not giving them that ultimatum either.
No, that's just life too. Like you just gotta learn to like coexist. I keep saying that, but
Yeah.
it's like,
But I kind of get it because if this person, like this friend of friend that's presented, and I'm just like, you just kind of annoy me because I don't think you're funny and our personalities don't vibe. And maybe you even think the same thing about me. But if then I was like, hey guys, like I would just rather hang out with you without that person. So let's make plans just without them. And I'm just not going to go to the plans that they're at.
but forever and ever and ever.
Right. That's the thing. It's like,
You know?
you will literally never.
Like, oh, I just hate an ultimatum ass like
Yeah.
sentence.
Right.
Like,
this is hard though because I'm really thinking about like my boyfriend now and like, okay, it's different when you just met someone. Like if I just met someone and they're like, by the way, I don't like your friend, I would be like, okay, well, I don't even know you. And if you're judging that fast, then like goodbye. But then it's like if you've been dating someone for years and they have gotten to know your friend for years and then they get to the point where they're like, I can't hang out with this person anymore. I'm sorry. Would you just break up with them? Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
It's so hard. It seems like it would be simple. It seems like you'd be like, me and my best friend, package deal. But like, it's really not that simple.
It's not. It's not. Especially as adults, it's like,
Yeah.
it's not.
I don't know what I would do. I actually don't know the answer.
Yeah, I don't know either.
That's hard. I don't
know
like
either.
this game.
Yeah.
Should we move on or do you have any other thoughts?
We can move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Your date spends the night at your house and you wake up to them eating a huge breakfast, but there's none for you.
Oh, deal breaker. Please. Do you know how much eggs are?
Wow.
They're like,
Yeah.
I use 2 for egg whites.
That would be a deal breaker. Yes.
Please. Like, literally, who is doing that? Are people doing that?
I don't know. That was on my list of ones that I didn't think of.
That's
so,
insane.
that
To go
might-
into someone's fridge.
yeah, and not even make them.
I'm like
A
really
little snack.
secondhand embarrassed right now. That's crazy.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to read one that I made up.
Okay.
Would this be a dating deal breaker for you? He refuses to ever step foot on the island of Turks and Caicos. He's extremely serious and stubborn and gets weird every time he talks about it. He doesn't give you any reason other than, I refuse to step foot on the island of Turks and Caicos.
Kelly,
If
what?
if it comes to visiting other places near Turks and Caicos and there's a layover in Turks and Caicos, he refuses. You don't even have a strong desire to go to Turks and Caicos, but his steadfastness in his decision is confusing and slightly concerning. Because why would someone refuse to step foot on Turks and Caicos?
Was
You
it-
never find out why.
Was this like a 3 a.m. thought? And you're like turning over, grab your phone, like,
I don't remember. It was written so long ago. But you never find out why. Like, he will never tell you. And the only reason he gives you is, I will never step foot on that island.
Okay, you know what? Surface level, I say no, that's not a deal breaker. But actually, I think it is because, like, you're hiding something really dark. And I am a very curious person.
Yeah.
By nature. Like, I need to know everything about someone. And I'm not shy about that. I'm picking brains out here on these streets. And so if you won't tell me this, like, I will never trust you with anything else.
That's a good point.
Because you're either hiding some, like I said, I'm not even going to say it, but like...
a nefarious thing.
Yeah, a nefarious thing. Or if it's not nefarious, you're just a freaking weirdo. Like...
Freak of the week. Not having a layover in Turks and Caicos.
That's actually a good one, Kelee.
Thank you.
Snaps.
I think it would also be a deal breaker for me because I am also a very curious person. And I don't think I could live with never finding out why.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the element in here that's also funny to me is that, like, in this scenario, you don't even have a desire to go there. Like, you would go there, but you're not like, I need to go there. But he is just like, never.
No, he's hiding something for sure.
Or he just has a deeper issue.
He's one of those guys that has, like, a full family on the side.
Oh, yeah.
And you learn about it, like, 10 years into marriage.
Right. And they live in Turks and Caicos.
Right.
And he actually does go there every other weekend.
No, he's wiring money. That's what he's doing. That's why you're in debt, and that's why your house is getting foreclosed.
Oh my God.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, this one was from somebody else. This really happened.
Really?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Would this be a deal breaker for you? My girlfriend, 26, American, college educated. She doesn't really know what the American Revolution is, who it was fought between, when it was, or why it's significant. We were talking last night and the subject came up and I honestly was a bit shocked when I realized she wasn't kidding. I guess I overreacted a bit, saying she can't possibly contribute to political and geopolitical topics if she doesn't even know basic elementary school history. She of course got very mad and now we aren't speaking. Am I crazy? Should my girlfriend know what the American Revolution is?
Does she know anything? Does she know anything? Like years, people.
She's college educated.
Okay, but here's another thing I'll say is like, how many of us remember things from elementary school, middle school, high school? Even like there's so much I learned that I'm sorry, like I just didn't fully take with me. But to blanket statements say that you don't remember the American Revolution, like how?
You don't know anything about it, like at all. Like you've never heard of it.
Like that is concerning.
That's a little concerning because that's like basics. That's like the first day.
Mm-hmm. Like you don't need to tell me battle names.
Right.
That's what I mean by like, okay, I haven't like, what's the word I'm looking for? Retained every little detail from history class in second grade. Mm-hmm. But like, you should know things.
Yeah, like does she know what the 4th of July is?
Right.
Does she know what the Declaration of Independence is?
Right. We the people.
I don't think I would necessarily be like, I'm breaking up with you because you don't know what the American Revolution is. But it would definitely raise some flags and I would definitely need to be asking more questions. This would be like the first step of my interrogation.
Yeah.
Like finding this out. I don't think I would get mad. This person seems like they were shocked and the girlfriend got mad and now we aren't speaking. Am I crazy? I don't think you're crazy, but I also think that, I mean, I'm with you. I would be like, this is insane. We need to dig deeper here because if you've never heard of any of these things, but at the same time, it's like, would I break up with them because they never took a history class? Like they don't deserve my love because they never took American history.
I mean, kinda.
Yeah, kinda.
Because it's like,
I don't know.
Does it point to a larger issue? Do you know what happened in World War II? Do you know what happened in the Civil War?
Yeah.
Do you know the 3 branches of government? Like,
right.
I just feel like this could point to larger issues.
Okay, let's say, for the sake of the argument, that they know like everything that we know, but they never heard of the American Revolution.
It's similar to Turks and Caicos. Like, why this one thing?
Right. And how? How could you make it that long by knowing all of this other important information? But at the same time, it's like, it is important information when you're talking about history, but like, we don't live our lives day to day thinking about the American Revolution.
No.
And when you think about like who someone is, like down to their soul and their character and their morals, and are they a good person? Yes or no? Do they know what the American Revolution is? Yes or no? Like, that's not on the docket, you know?
Yeah, it's not.
And it really doesn't affect how our laws are made today. Like, well, I mean, I guess you could argue that, like, the Declaration of Independence, the amendments, like, yes, that does. But, like, specifically the fight, the Revolutionary War.
The fight. I mean, it kind of does. It all trickles down,
It trickles down. Trickle down.
Tell her to listen to Stop the Internet podcast.
Yeah. We'll teach her all about it.
I just think it points to larger issues for sure.
Yes. I agree.
Do you know who George Washington is?
Right.
Could be a problem.
It's interesting. It's really interesting. Have you ever been to Philadelphia?
Tell her to watch National Treasure.
Yeah. I don't think just that is not a deal breaker, but I think it trickles down.
I think it's a deal breaker for me, for sure.
Honestly, it's concerning. I'm borderline.
Yeah.
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 Here's another one that I made up. Would this be a deal breaker in a relationship? He carries a mini Yorkie in a purse everywhere he goes, even where pets aren't allowed.
I'm not a dog person, so we all know this. And if you don't, now you do. Yeah, it's a deal breaker. I'm not dealing with the dog thing.
I would say yes, because I respect rules in a lot of places, and I love my dog, but I try to not be hypocritical. And if a place doesn't allow dogs, don't bring your dog there unless it's a medically trained service animal.
Yeah,
a task trained.
I see this a lot in coffee shops, and it is a toss up. Like, no one wants to. Well, I shouldn't say no one, but like, I think the argument is I don't want a dog where I'm eating, like where the pastry is right there and like the dog's face is right there.
Right.
But a coffee shop is so up in the air because people are typically in and out.
Yes. I mean, I think that's different too, because if you are walking in and out and there's no signs and nobody says anything to you, then you can, I guess, get away with it. But I guess the real problem is if there are signs and you do it anyway, or if the owner of the establishment says something and you like pick a fight with them.
Yeah.
That is such a turnoff.
And the carrying the dog in the bag. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it could be really cute.
I also just don't like Yorkies. Sorry. Little yappers.
My friends in grade school had a mini Yorkie, and I was obsessed with it. Its name was Chloe. It was so cute.
Nice.
I would have hesitations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, this one's real from someone else.
Okay.
Really happened. Your car is broken down, and you ask your partner if they can pick you up from work until it's fixed. They say fine, but one day they text you saying they can't make it because it's game night with their friends.
One day? Wait, what?
So your car, I guess, broke down, and you ask your partner if they can pick you up from work for the week while it's in the shop. But one day they text you, and they're like, hey, can't make it today. It's game night with my friends.
Deal breaker.
I would say yes.
A lot of these are small but point to bigger issues.
I agree.
Is the theme. Like, he's the kind of man that wouldn't do this and also wouldn't do XYZ, ABC, DEF.
I completely agree with you. Yeah. It reminds me of this episode that Trisha and I did so long ago, but I kind of want to revive it. It was called Underlying Issues. It was all stories that seemed simple, but the root of the problem was not even what they were talking about. I was like, something deeper is happening here. Mm-hmm. And that's what's really the issue. Like, it's not the fact that you have game night and you just can't make it tonight. Mm-hmm. It's the fact that deep down you're selfish and you don't care to put your partner ahead when they asked you for a favor while they were like down and out and didn't have a car for 1 week or however long.
And it's like now I'm in the position where I have to Uber when I have a perfectly capable partner.
Yeah.
Down the street at game night, please.
Yes. There's a girl on TikTok who talks a lot about just really interesting life things. And weirdly, a lot of the stuff that she talks about is stuff that we have talked about either on the podcast or just like in our normal conversations. And I agree with basically 100% of her takes. Her name's Rachel Lovely. I actually DM'd her and asked her if she wanted to come on the podcast, but she never answered me, which I'm not mad about.
Yeah.
But would still love for her to come on. But anyway, she was saying how everyone wants a village, but they don't want to be a villager. And she was basically saying that like when you have a village, you don't need Uber and Lyft because, and we were actually talking about this like a few months ago.
I have heard this actually.
Yeah. How like you should be picking your friend up from the airport. Like I remember we had this whole conversation and then I saw her talking about it. I was like, oh my God, like, yes, I completely agree. But yeah, like you should want to pick up your partner from work, or not want to, but like you should be willing to, because that's what a partner does.
Yeah.
Like they go out of their way to help the other person. And then when your car's in the shop, they're going to do it for you. Mm-hmm. And if you can't do it one day, or why don't you text your partner and you say, hey, I totally forgot. I made plans. Is there anyone else who can drive you? If not, I can totally come and get you. I'll leave game night, something. Like, you can ask them if there's an ulterior option or like another option, but like just to be like, hey, I can't come. You're SOL. Have fun. Like, that's so messed up.
Yeah.
Especially when you said yes.
Right.
Because they asked you for a favor and you said, yes, I will do that for you because you are my partner.
Right. Deal breaker.
Yeah, that would be a deal breaker for me because I just feel like that shows who you truly are.
Yeah, definitely.
Here's another one. They don't have hand soap in their bathroom sink, on their bathroom sink.
Again, like, bigger issue is at play. What is their hygiene routine? Do they have one in general?
I would actually be terrified, especially if it was like a first date and they just don't have soap.
Is it like, I'm out of soap and I didn't get a chance to go to the grocery store, so I'm using like
No, I think it's just no soap at all.
Dish
water
soap in the kitchen. Okay, then yeah. That's No, you got like, you guys.
No.
Next.
They constantly refer to their car as the Chariot, and they get really upset if you don't call it that too.
I hate the personalization of cars.
Me too.
I really do. I just don't get it. And it's a giant piece of metal that takes you from A to B, and it's nothing more. Like, please get a grip.
Wait, I'm going to finish this and then I'm going to...
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. If you say anything like, I'll take my car or let's drive there, they'll give you an intense lecture about why referring to it as the Chariot is crucial for their personal empowerment. They also believe the car is fully alive and often have conversations with it. I completely agree. And I actually remember even in high school, people would like name certain things. And my sister had a friend who was like into photography and she had a camera and she named her camera. I guess I could say what the name was. It was Stanley. There's no way. I don't even remember this girl's last name.
Yeah.
She was a great photographer too. But she named her camera Stanley. And I remember being like, okay, that's kind of cool, I guess. I never liked it, but then I was always forced to like, I don't know, like call it that. And then I feel like there was this phase when I was in high school where everyone was like naming things, like named their laptop, they named their car, they named their camera, like, and then I never actually liked it and I never wanted to do it for myself, but I always just did it because other people did it.
Yeah. That was such a high school thing, naming cars.
Yeah. It's really odd. I would never choose to do it. And I think it's dumb to like call it that.
Yeah.
Like, why do you call it that? Oh, wait, okay. I actually had a friend who this was the one exception I'll give. They named their car, and I'll just make up a name. It was called like the Becky. And they referred to this one car as Becky or the Becky. Like, that was the only thing they called it. And it just like became, you know how like some people would like, oh, let's take like the Ford Escape. Let's take the Toyota RAV4. They would be like, let's take the Becky. Or like, I'm driving the Becky. I'm taking Becky. And like, weirdly, it worked.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like they talked about it as if it was alive or as if it was like, they talked about it as if that was actually what this physical item was called. Like, I'm picking up the cup. I'm sitting in the Becky. Like, it was, but it was a name.
Interesting.
And that's a pass I'll give because everyone called it that all the time. It's the only thing they called it. And it just like worked. The name that they picked for this specific car, I was like, yes. And then I was like, maybe I'll name my car. And I was like, no, like nothing. Like, it just never worked like that.
Yeah, I agree. It's like, is it a deal breaker? I don't know.
Chariot.
But the way it kept going, and that's a little concerning.
Right.
So maybe it is.
It would annoy me if someone like corrected me and was like, you really have to call it the Chariot. It means a lot to me.
Yeah.
I would be like, okay, I get it. I get that you like the nickname, but you can't be getting mad at me for calling it a car.
Like, why are we fighting over a car name?
Right.
At the end of the day, like,
yeah.
That is a problem.
And I guess it comes down to if that's something that you are willing to fight over, you and I are just not compatible in a relationship.
Exactly.
Interesting. Okay. They refuse to use the word I. Instead, they refer to themselves in the third person for everything. Quote, Ashley would love to go to dinner. Ashley's feeling a bit tired. You try to correct them, but they insist it's a personal philosophy and they find it very offensive if you suggest they might want to work on it.
Deal breaker.
I hate when people talk in the third person.
Yeah, no.
I hate it. It's always been one of my pet peeves.
Yeah.
Deal breaker. Done.
Done.
They have a pet rock named Steve that they treat like a real animal. You're out on a date, they casually mention that Steve, their pet rock, enjoys classical music and likes to be taken on walks inside their apartment because he gets tired quickly. They've even given Steve a little blanket in bed.
Deal breaker. No. What are we doing?
The pet rock.
What are we doing, you guys?
If you just had a pet rock and never talked about it and it was almost like an inside joke between like you and your college roommate or something, okay. If you're physically talking about it as if it's like a real thing.
On a first date.
Yeah.
Bigger issues here.
Bigger issues, yeah. Deal breaker. Deal breaker. They insist on narrating everything they do as though it's a nature documentary. You're in the kitchen. Sorry. I just read the next line. And they're making a sandwich. You're in the kitchen, they're making a sandwich. And here we observe the majestic sandwich artist carefully layering the ingredients with precision and grace. The bread is the foundation, while the lettuce provides the crunch. Ah, a beautiful combination of flavors. They do this with every single task, whether it's brushing their teeth, tying their shoes, or walking the dog. It's an ongoing nature show about their life.
Okay, I was going to say, if it was just the sandwich thing once in a while, like, that's funny. Every task, no,
Yeah.
that you've got to go.
He puts the leash on the dog, connects it to the collar. Like, what?
It's got to go.
I agree. That would annoy me. That, honestly, that kind of ties in with talking in the third person.
Yeah, it does, for sure.
Which really annoys me.
Yeah.
They wear socks with sandals all year round, even to formal events. The socks are often brightly colored or have cartoon characters on them. They refuse to acknowledge any fashion arguments. And when asked if they ever wear regular shoes, they get offended and dramatically declare, "You can't cage the feet, man."
Okay, if it wasn't with sandals, I may give it a pass because, like, who cares? But if you can see them and we're at a black tie wedding, you are ejected from my life.
I agree.
You're actually not even making it to the black tie wedding with me.
No, because if you put that on in the getting ready space, you're not getting in the car.
Right.
With
If I
me,
see
at least.
Birkenstocks on a first date with crazy socks, that's it. I'm just kidding. Actually, I don't know.
I know. Then I'm like, but what if... See, this is one of those double standards because if this was like the most attractive person you've ever seen, you'd probably be like, I'll let it slide. Not with the black tie, but like on a first date. Like, let's say it is like young Leonardo DiCaprio and he has a cool outfit on, except he's just wearing Birkenstocks with like high turquoise socks. You might just let it slide. At least I would.
Yep. Okay. All right. Sure.
I'm on the fence.
I'm on the fence.
You
yeah.
can't cage the feet, man, is crazy though.
It's kind of funny.
They only drink out of oddly specific cups. Like, oh wait, I kind of love this. One shaped like a llama, one shaped like a cactus, and one shaped like a broken heart. You'll never be able to enjoy a cup of coffee or wine without these strange vessels.
If the only thing is strange vessels, like, let them have it.
I kind of love a strange vessel.
Whatever. Yeah, we all have our thing.
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
I think that's kind of fine too. Like, I kind of think that's like, you know what? Have it.
Yeah.
Have your funky cup. I went to a Mexican restaurant with my parents and they served my mom a margarita inside a llama.
Obsessed.
It was so cute.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, slay.
Yeah.
I would love to take this llama home, but I'm not going to rob you.
This person might.
Yeah. They insist on always sitting in the same chair at every restaurant. You go out to eat, and no matter what restaurant or the seating arrangement, they'll declare, "I'm sitting here, this is my chair." It's like a deeply ingrained ritual. If someone else is in their chair, they'll give them a look and somehow make it awkward for everyone until the person leaves or switches seats. Up until the last line, I would say not a deal breaker.
Yeah.
Because I have a very specific... Like, when I approach a table, there is typically a seat that I want. And if I don't get that seat, I almost feel, like, more weird. Or, like, I will ask the people I'm with, like, oh, could I sit there?
Same.
Most of the time, they're like, sure. Mm-hmm. To demand that someone give you the seat is the deal breaker, I think, because it's like, all right, you can't be rude. You can't assume that it's your seat. You can ask politely, and if they say yes, you can take it.
And to go your whole life dealing with someone with poor restaurant etiquette,
Yeah.
it's a little unsavory.
And just assuming that, like, this person is just assuming that everyone owes them something.
Right.
Like, if someone else is already sitting at the restaurant,
Yeah.
like, you now will stand up or I will stare at you menacingly.
Yeah, no, that's a deal breaker.
Yes, I agree. They firmly believe that toast is the most important meal of the day and will only eat toast at any time of day.
Deal breaker.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Okay, snacks. I feel like it really meant snacks, not meals. If the only snack they have is toast.
I mean...
Like, they will eat a breakfast, but, like, between then, like, 9 and 12, they'll eat toast. And then they eat lunch, but then, like, from 12 to 5, all they eat is toast. Then they have a dinner, but then dinner through nighttime, toast.
And if there's no toast, what goes on? Like, are they throwing tantrums? They refuse to eat the Ritz cracker? Then it's a deal breaker.
Yes.
It just is. Like, I can't live a whole life. I'm trying to picture living with someone like this. I think I would lose my mind.
One of my cousins is a really picky eater, but I think he's graduated to, like, a few other things now. But growing up, it was, like, bread with butter and maybe mac and cheese. Skinny king, honestly.
The food groups. Right.
Okay. They collect good vibes in mason jars and keep them on display in their home. Wait, I kind of like that. Well,
Is that
in a
it?
way, no.
Oh.
Every time something positive happens in their life, they trap the good vibe by sealing it inside a mason jar. They'll tell you things like, this is from the day I had a great latte, or this is from the time I found a parking spot immediately. They have a wall of these jars.
I think it's like fine.
I think it would especially be cute if it was like written on paper.
Yeah.
I guess the empty jars, I would be like,
Oh,
okay.
it's empty jars. They're not writing it down.
No, I think they're just like
It's a
trapping
metaphor?
it. Yeah, it's like a metaphor.
Got it.
Or maybe they're writing it down.
It's almost less weird if they're writing it down.
Oh, I think writing it down, I'm like, cute. Savor a good moment. Yeah.
If it's just like you're like grabbing the air and putting it in this jar and there's 20 jars now, it's like, okay, I don't know that we're a match.
Like, how many jars could we have? Like, it's almost like so many good things happen in life.
Yeah.
That we just are going to have that many jars.
Right. And now it's like my problem. Like now it's like...
Yeah.
It's a decor, it's an aesthetic problem.
Right.
For you to be trapping these imaginary vibes in the air.
Well, they're good vibes. They're not imaginary.
Right. I think you're pro jar.
I am pro writing things down and putting them in the jar.
Would you live in a home where an entire wall was dedicated to mason jars? No. Right.
Okay, so it's a deal breaker. All right, you got me there. All right, let's do one more.
Is this Pinterest in 2014 or?
Yeah, for my wedding, my rainbow wedding.
With your burlap.
Honestly, I definitely had all of those on a Pinterest board.
Oh,
but
same.
I was like pretty serious about Pinterest. So like when I kind of still do this sometimes, but when I outgrow something, I will delete it off the board. And especially like my clothes board where I save things I like. If I don't like a certain dress anymore, I will just delete it because I don't. So I definitely deleted all of my like 2014 wedding.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't though because I'm so curious.
It'd be funny to look back on.
I know. Okay, let's see. Let me pick a good one. One more food one.
Okay.
They only eat food that's the same color as their mood for the day. One day they'll only eat red foods, tomatoes, strawberries, red peppers, because they're feeling fiery. The next day, it's all green foods because they're in a leafy mood.
No, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, I actually think, and all these things are healthy.
Right.
You might find them munching on only yellow foods while they're feeling optimistic, or eating nothing but purple foods because they've declared themselves to be in a mysterious phase.
No, I want to be on this vibe.
I feel like this is a good thing. Yeah, honestly, especially if it's all vegetables and fruits, like...
I'm trying to be on this vibe.
Do it.
Eating to my mood, like, yeah.
You actually probably should be eating to your mood. It's called intuitive eating. No, it's not.
Colors included.
Yeah. I don't think it would be a deal breaker unless... they demanded... Basically, I dated this guy who, like, didn't want to eat bagels ever because they were, like, too unhealthy.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, like, the one day that we got bagels, it, like, changed his mood because he was becoming, like, anxious about the thought of eating something, like, so unhealthy that is a bagel. And I'm like, bro, when I'm down the shore on a Saturday in the summer, I want a bagel with cream cheese. Mm-hmm. And you are stopping me from getting that right now because you're killing my vibe.
Also, a bagel of all things to fixate on. There's like pancakes, there's...
Right. Well, I guess, yeah, it probably would have been pancakes if we had gone to a diner.
A bagel is fine. Scoop out the middle.
It's bread. Like, you're allowed to eat. And it also, like, society has just created so many issues when it comes to food. And I don't need my partner shaming me for eating a bagel with cream cheese every once in a while on a Saturday in the summer. Okay. Or any day for that matter.
On the boardwalk.
But that was specific.
Totally.
And I just feel like food is so much deeper than it seems.
Yeah.
In relationships. And, like, if you're going to shame me for what I eat, like, I'm over it. We will never.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah. So anyway, we broke up and I never talked about him again until right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just kidding. I think I talked about that story before on the podcast.
I don't know that you have.
Really?
I think I knew it just from life.
Yeah, just from hearing about my crazy past.
You know what's the best? A pork roll, egg and cheese on a sweet bagel, like cinnamon chocolate chip.
I've never had it.
Blueberry, cinnamon, sugar, toasted, double toasted.
Some would say it's diabolical.
Some would, but you know what? That was like my go-to order in college. I think I've talked about this. With a 16-ounce caramel macchiato. Living large.
Now that is diabolical.
That really is diabolical. I don't know that I've had a caramel macchiato since 2017.
What is a caramel macchiato?
Well, okay, it's not a latte because a macchiato is its own thing, but I guess like a latte-esque drink. I forget what makes it a macchiato.
I know, that's why
Um,
Oh my God, I went into a coffee shop the other day and I ordered like a mocha latte. But then I ordered it and I was like, mocha latte? And I was like, wait, what's a latte again?
Yeah.
He explained it to me and I was like, okay, yeah, that's good.
yeah.
And then I was just traveling and they had this like automatic machine and you could pick like cappuccino, latte. It didn't have macchiato in there, but I was like, what is the difference? I know I like cappuccino, but like literally what's a latte? I already forgot. And what is a macchiato?
It has to do with the steamed milk versus
Just
espresso
normal milk.
ratio,
Okay,
right?
I think so.
But anyway, so it's a version of that with caramel syrup.
Okay,
And oh my gosh.
sounds great. Honestly.
So sweet. Now it's like the issue now is like I don't like those super syrupy drinks anyway. I like grew out of it when I started drinking just like drip coffee like an adult. But in college, oh man, caramel mocks every day.
Wow. From where? Starbucks?
Einstein's.
Oh, yeah. Einstein Bagel.
And they were so like that combo. I think
Takes
about
you
it now.
back.
Takes me back like that bagel Sammy after class with like a sugary latte.
Wow.
There was just nothing like it.
I wish sugary lattes weren't bad for you.
I know.
Because, I actually, for a while, coffee was giving me migraine, so I couldn't drink it for like 5 years.
That happened to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a while. And then I started drinking it again, and I was like, okay, I'm only going to just drink straight coffee, black, just kind of as like a test, like migraine, whatever. But then I just started liking it, so I was like, okay, I'm never putting cream in it. Like, I'll just drink it straight, whatever. And then I started putting cream in it. And then I had the thing from Dunkin', which is like just iced coffee with pump of mocha. I'm like, God damn. And then that with cream, like iced coffee, cream, pump of mocha.
Yeah.
So good.
I feel like you like the sugary drinks.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
But I try not to drink them because they're so bad for you.
I know.
Like
I
that
know.
pump of mocha? Probably the same as drinking like 2 sodas. I'm just making that up. I don't know if that's true.
I love like a little dabble of sweetness in my coffee on
Okay.
like a once every other weekend type of thing.
Yeah.
Like when I really want it, I want it. You know, like a Dunkin', 1 pump of blueberry, 1 pump of, or 1.
Blueberry.
Yeah, they have a blueberry syrup. It's so good.
Wow.
1 cream. It's just the perfect amount of like everything.
Okay.
I want my coffee though to still taste like coffee. Oh, I was at a coffee shop recently and it was one of those where like the milk was with them, not on the counter. I don't like that. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Like,
you always get the wrong like ratio.
yes. And I just say, oh, just a large iced coffee with a little bit of milk, like a splash. I always like make it really
And then
specific.
they're like dumping the whole thing in.
It was like a latte, and she's like, sorry, is that too much milk? And I'm like, yeah, this isn't an iced latte. It's just coffee with milk. Like,
Did you say that?
yeah, she was like, because she knew it too. She was like, sorry, I zoned out. And I'm like, how do you
I mean, at
zone
least
out?
she told you that though.
I know, but I'm just like, I just was in that one of those moods where I'm like, how hard is it? Like,
Sad.
sorry.
Wait, so what did she do? Like dump some out and then just fill the rest with coffees and it evened out a little more? Or she remade
yeah,
it?
and then it still was too much milk.
Wow.
Because I'm just like, well, you just ruined it. And I understand you don't want to start over because that would just be losing a whole 20-ounce coffee. But I'm like, that's on you.
Coffee is like the cheapest like product to price ratio though. I think it's like that and pizza.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're so easy to make.
Yeah.
It's like basically free.
Right.
Like imagine how much is an iced coffee? Like $5?
4 typically.
Imagine if you brewed coffee at home, how much coffee you could make for $4. Like you could make so much. And then imagine now you're buying that coffee wholesale, even cheaper. It's so cheap. It's like the store that costs the money. So like
Yeah.
them dumping out coffee is like not that big of a deal.
Okay.
I say as I've never owned a coffee
I'll
shop.
remember that next time my milk ratio is off.
Yeah, just throw it in their face. I'm sorry. Only if it's iced.
Yeah, God.
Okay.
Oh man. Actually, this reminds me, I am like less than a week away from eating sugar again.
Oh, yes.
I've been on a Lenten journey, but I thought about it because I saw this new drink at Starbucks for their spring menu, a cherry cold foam chai. Like my
I
dream.
don't like cherry. I'm sorry. I can't relate.
I love it. I love
But
it.
wait, where is that? Starbucks?
Yeah.
That's exciting, though.
So
I'm happy for
exciting.
you.
Thanks.
So you're going to get that on when Lent is over?
Yeah, because I feel like that counts as sugar. It's like all sugar, those special Starbucks drinks, you know? But I would make it dirty too, like add a shot of espresso.
That's dirty.
Yeah, that's what it means, like a dirty chai.
No way.
Yes.
Bro, my coffee, like my anti-coffee stint of years really set me back on the like coffee journey. I just started drinking coffee. Well, now it's been a while, but I just started drinking coffee in 2022.
Wow.
And for like almost 2 years, I only drank it black, like never put milk, creamer in it at all. So like I really haven't been experimenting with coffee for very long.
Mm-hmm.
A cappuccino though.
So good.
Oh my God.
Get it with cinnamon.
Okay. I got it French vanilla this past week every single day. I was like, oh my God.
I love when they steam it with the cinnamon in it.
Okay.
And it's
Sounds
just
amazing.
like a cinnamony cappuccino.
Oh, a cappuccino. Like, America really needs to catch on because a cappuccino is so good.
It's so special.
Yeah.
Like sitting at a cafe and working with a cappuccino.
Oh my God.
Like
in Paris.
The dream. Kelee her finger slipped, you guys, and she bought a ticket to Paris tonight.
I accidentally bought 4 tickets to Paris and I booked the hotel. It was an accident.
For this weekend, by the way.
So we're going this weekend.
You can follow us
My
on
dreams.
Instagram to follow our adventures.
Yeah. Damn sad. All this is a lie.
What if it wasn't?
What if it wasn't?
Okay.
Should we go?
I gotta
Pack
go
our
to
bags.
bed.
You need to go get your suitcase.
Pack yourself a toothbrush, dear.
Full circle.
Yep.
Thank you guys so much for listening to our podcast. We love you. We appreciate you. Au revoir. How do you say see you next time?
A bientôt.
In French.
Yeah.
Say it again.
A bientôt.
Is that how you say it?
See you soon.
Oh. A bientôt.
Bientôt.
A bientôt.
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 Just messing with you.
Au revoir.
Bonne nuit.